kỳ trước đã cũng có nói là cái sự bành trướng của mạng lưới toàn cầu của World Wide Web nó cũng tạo cơ hội điều kiện cho chúng ta, nhưng đồng thời cũng tạo cơ hội cho những kẻ gian cũng tung hoành trong đó. Thành ra mình nhắc lại, và hôm nay mình muốn nói đến là nếu làm cách nào để mà chữa, phải không? Đề phòng, và bây giờ mình phải chữa nếu mình lỡ là nạn nhân. Đó.
Thì cũng cái sự làm việc của hai chúng mình thì mình có được cái sự được mời một người khách, ông ta là chuyên về vấn đề nói lên những cái cách thức giải quyết vấn đề khi mình đã có bị vài trắc trở trong cái công việc thẻ tín dụng, làm việc về thẻ tín dụng. Thì ông ta tên là Mike Eastman. Thì ông Mike Eastman tức là hiện tại là phó chủ tịch, phó giám đốc của một cơ sở chuyên cho mượn loan là First Guarantee Mortgage Corporation, hiện làm việc ở McLean, Virginia. Thì ông ta hôm nay sẽ nói lên với các khán thính giả trên cái vấn đề làm thế nào để giải quyết khi mà đã bị cái trục trặc về và cái khi mà xin đơn về thẻ tín dụng từ nhà băng này hoặc nhà băng nọ. Dạ vâng.
Hello, I'm Mike Eastman. I'm a vice president here at First Guarantee Mortgage. And I've been asked today to examine the effects of identity theft and how it relates to obtaining a mortgage and what can happen to your credit report that could cause you potentially not to get a mortgage. I think it's important today to understand that identity theft in the midst of a mortgage application could be really devastating, because identity theft takes a long time to correct. So it's probably better to prevent identity theft rather than respond to it once it's happened to you. So today we're going to examine a couple things. Very important to understand that young people, probably in the 25 to 35 age group, take an average of 132 days to realize that they've been victim of identity theft or even credit card fraud. That's an interesting comparison to the older groups that were studied that take an average of about 49 days. So almost 3 times as much. So young people, if you're listening, pay a lot of attention, because a lot of these words are words you're familiar with from the internet. Words like phishing. And I'm going to, phishing with a P-H, I-S-H-I-N-H-I-N-G. I'm going to give you some words. I want you, if you're interested, to go to the internet and look these words up. Phishing, smishing, phamming, skimming, and keylogging. I'm going to explain 2 of those to you. Phishing. Phishing is when somebody sends you an email and it looks like it's from your bank, Chase, BB&T. And it asks you to click on the website to verify information. And when you do, it looks like their website. Then it'll ask you for your password to validate this entry. This is a great way to be a victim of identity theft and credit card scamming. The other, skimming. I've been advised and tried to follow my own advice to never use your credit card or your debit card anywhere other than a bank ATM. To use the ATMs that you see in convenience stores, in restaurants, are dangerous, because skimmers will put a device in the machine so that when you put your ATM in, it scans all the information so that they can cut a credit card or a debit card later and drain your account. A couple of tips or things to avoid, and this is for the young and the older people, because we're all very interested in social media. We're all tied into LinkedIn and Facebook and AOL, MySpace. And on these sites, they ask you for your date of birth and they ask you for your dog's name. These are all things that are things that your credit card will ask you to verify your identity. So if somebody wants to steal your identity, they could go, in a lot of cases, get your birth, get your your favorite pet's name, maybe where you went to elementary school. These are all security questions if you remember them. And so these are things to be very careful of. Monitor your credit report annually. There's a freecreditreport.com annual credit report available to you. Check your credit report as often as you can to make sure that there's nothing unusual going on. If you are ever victimized, even in a small way, you can put a fraud alert on your credit report such that whenever anybody tries to extend credit to you, they will have to call a phone number, which presumably is your phone number, and this will prevent any identity theft from occurring beyond that time. Shred everything. At home, burn it in your fireplace or shred credit card offers. People will, in certain neighborhoods, dumpster dive. They'll skim your trash and look for those offers to complete them and get credit cards in your name. Avoid personal information by phone. If somebody calls you, don't give them information. Get their number, call them back, validate that they really are your bank. Be careful with passwords. Be super careful with passwords. Try not to use things like your pet's name because, again, remember, in the social media environment, some people are giving out the information that somebody would need to become them, and that's what identity theft is. Last couple, when you pay for something online, I like two things. One, I like to use one credit card for online purposes. This way, if the credit card is compromised, you only have to close one credit card. If you're using a bunch of different credit cards, you have a problem. And the last thing is, and this is a little bit technical, but something I watch for, is when you're online, first make sure you're at the right website. There's a lot of websites that can mirror another website. And this is what hackers and people that are looking to steal your identity will do. When you go to pay, make sure it goes to a secure website. And this is as simple as looking at the web address HTTP switches to HTTPS. I think the best thing I can tell you is read up. Go type identity theft into your Google search or whatever search engine you use and study and understand some of the other ways. But today I just wanted to give you a few things that would help you get started and protect yourself, because if you show up on my doorstep to get a mortgage and we run your credit and your identity has been compromised, there's a very good chance that you won't be getting that loan anytime soon. It might be 6 months to a year before you can correct your credit. Thank you.
Cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình hôm nay. Kiều Thu Trọng Đạt xin kính chào và xin mời quý vị đón theo dõi chương trình kỳ tới với chủ đề đơn xin gia nhập đại học và cách lựa chọn những trường đại học cho chính mình hoặc là cho con em của mình.
Xin cảm